Hello YouTube, this is Thompson 737 bringing you another 1/400 scale UK model airport update, and this particular update is going to be based on the 11th of August 2009. To give you a bit of an idea of what's to come, there are multiple updates in 2009, I think maybe 3 or 4 updates that I'll be featuring. Certain aircraft will obviously rotate, and some aircraft may feature again because they are kind of like a based aircraft, which kind of adds to the realism of the airport of having aircraft that are based, and you would see, if it was a real airport, you would see on a regular basis. If we get into the update, obviously like we normally do, start off on the far side. We'll work our way through the models. I'd say worthwhile updates as well, quite a few models to get through, given the the size of the layout, that kind of thing, and the actual design. So starting off on this far side, we have this Thompson Fly 737-800, registration GCDZI, operating as Tom 3203 from Palma, Mallorca. That would have been a morning flight. And then in the afternoon, it's operating as Tom 3244 out to Corfu. If we then pan across onto this stand here. So we've got this Thomas Cook 767-300 operating as Summer Charter, registration GDAJC, which is a custom model, by the way, if you're not familiar with this model. Don't actually have a flight number, but the call sign it's operating as is TCX868K out to Dalaman. And then if we pan out, as you can see there, I don't know if you can see this as clear as I can, but you can see this where the 767's parked up on the middle line, on the centre line, and then you've got the two sort of dash lines either side, which will be a left and right stand, which would accommodate for obviously narrow body aircraft up to, well, A321 size, I'd say, but similar wingspan to a 737-800, but in terms of length you're talking more towards an A321. And then obviously we've got stand 3 in the middle there, and then again a left and right stand, which the Thompson Fly 737-800 is on the left stand on this occasion. If we zoom out, entering the runway, we have this Thompson Fly 737-300 registration GTHOE. This is operating as Tom 3232 to Girona, entering runway 02 there. This aircraft will retire soon, so I think there's one more update where this aircraft will feature, this model will feature. It did actually in real life retire at the end of the summer season in October 2009, according to the information I have, which sounds about right. To be fair, I would have expected it to have retired a bit sooner than that, but yeah, about right, to be fair. So yeah, one more update that will feature, and I think it's kind of like an important thing with these updates going through the years. You will see aircraft feature in multiple updates, because that's the idea of how an airport works. You know, you have aircraft that are based there, and it just adds to that kind of flowing rhythm, if you like. Next up, we have on the cargo apron, we have this Atlantic Airlines Lockheed Electra L188CF GLOFE, obviously call sign Neptune, no actual call sign number or flight number as such, arriving from Toulouse. Obviously not entirely sure what's happening with the aircraft itself, just positioned there pretty quiet at the minute. But we do have some more activity. Next to that we have this DHL European Air Transport 757-200 registration OODLJ. This is operating from Helsinki. And then next to that we have another DHL, both European Air Transport, A300 registration OODLW, operating as BCS 730 from and to Amsterdam. and that is pretty much the update. Just want to kind of say, I don't want to go too much into this, just kind of pan out a little bit, give you a bit of a better perspective there. GSE, I don't know if you can notice, but I've got quite a wide range of GSE that I kind of use. Some are custom made, which I'm very grateful for, particularly the air stairs, mostly on the passenger apron. I have a mixture of Herpa GSE, which are 1400, mostly catering trucks. I do utilise some 1500 GSE as well, if it's difficult to find other GSE elsewhere, for instance. Some things do look kind of good, some things don't. Some others are Dragon Wings. They're mostly the red and sort of grey sort of palette things you can see. That will obviously hold the ULDs on. I've a mix of Fantasy Wings as well, which I don't use a lot of the Fantasy Wings products, if I'm honest, and some are kind of just for show. But I thought, particularly with the DHL, as you can see, I've got the yellow palette things there. I'm not entirely sure what you call them, to be fair, but they kind of look quite well alongside DHL aircraft, you know, the yellow and yellow. Kind of like that aspect. And I will admit, when I'm doing updates, I do kind of tend to colour coordinate GSE. So you'll notice, you might have noticed before, I don't know, but the air stairs for the DHLs are yellow. Again, quite fortunate to have them. Of course, the white ones would look okay, no problem there. Which I've also done with the Thomas Cook 767. I've got a white set of air stairs. It just kind of blends in with the aircraft colour, and I kind of do that in a similar way to, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's cargo or a passenger aircraft. I kind of just do this kind of thing. I don't know if it's like an OCD type thing, I have no idea, but just something to do. I just think it's something that looks well. But yeah, in terms of GSE, I've got quite a mixture of different manufacturers, companies, that kind of thing. Some GSE are good, better than others. I just kind of wish there was GSE that you could buy in packs. Like I know Herpa have done packs of, like, you know, air stairs and tugs and stuff like that, but it'd be nice to have tugs like Dragon Wings did, which I do have a few of, with the actual tow bars. Again, Gemini Jets have done packs as well, but it's like a set, and it's rather than just buying a bundle of what you might be missing, you've got to buy a complete set, and half of them GSE pieces you might not actually use. Now for me, you know, Gemini Jets is kind of more associated with the US market in terms of GSE. Then a lot of your, you know, Dragon Wings, Fantasy Wings now on the market are mostly based on what you would find maybe over there in Hong Kong, China, that kind of thing. And then a lot of the other GSE from Herpa, mainly in Europe, mainland Europe. Now, of course, certain things you can get away with, such like the Herpa catering trucks, like LSG Sky Chefs, and like generic catering, that kind of thing. They could be utilised pretty much anywhere. They could be utilised in the UK, no problem. And so can other GSE. But it would be nice, I don't know, if somebody kind of came out and exclusively did GSE. I know there's a lot of 3D printing nowadays, but even still, sometimes the prices you're paying for 3D printing, because it's not an actual rollout sort of printing market, and I don't know exactly how much people make 3D printing, I'm not sure, but yeah. But another thing with 3D printing as well, you can get stuff 3D printed, but then it's up to yourself to then paint them and stuff like that, which is a bit annoying. It'd be nice. Some people do actually paint them themselves, so credit to those who do. Or it might just be the fact the way they print it, you don't need painting, that the actual colours they're using are actually adequate enough anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, because sometimes, you know, I'm grateful for all the GSA I have, and I do try and coordinate as best as I can. But sometimes I do kind of feel like it could be better in terms of being a bit more kind of diverse in what we are able to actually buy, if that makes sense. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. Let me know what you think of the actual update as well. And if you've got any questions about anything, by all means ask. Until next time, probably in a week's time maybe, or so in the next update. I'll see you then.